Rudy Giuliani, now the latest alleged co-conspirator in former President Donald Trump's election subversion case to turn himself in to Georgia authorities. Late today, the former New York City mayor surrendered to the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, where he was booked and fingerprinted. Giuliani faces 13 charges tied to the alleged scheme to overturn the 2020 election results. He was granted a $150,000 bond, and like the other defendants who turned themselves in, the former mayor took a mugshot. Image of the man once referred to as America's mayor. Others today included attorneys Jenna Ellis and Sidney Powell, among others. After his release, Giuliani lashed out in a hectic scene outside the sheriff's office.
This indictment is a travesty. It's an attack on not just me, not just President Trump, not just the people in this indictment, some of whom I don't even know. This is an attack on the American people. This can happen to me, who is probably the most prolific prosecutor, maybe in American history, and the most effective mayor for sure. It can happen to you.
It can happen to you has become a familiar refrain from Donald Trump to his supporters. Now, prior to his departure for Atlanta this morning, the former mayor spoke with reporters outside his New York City apartment and claimed he's being targeted because he represented former President Trump.
They're destroying my right to counsel, my right to be a lawyer. They're destroying his right to counsel. It's not accidental that they've indicted all his lawyers. Never heard of that before. In America, all the lawyers indicted.
Giuliani became the 8th co-conspirator in the case to be booked into the Fulton County Jail ahead of Friday's deadline for all 19 defendants to turn themselves in. Of course, former President Trump is expected to surrender tomorrow. His bond has already been set at $200,000. For the first time since the indictments were handed up, the Fulton County District Attorney, Fani Willis, spoke out today to a local radio station and addressed the former president's surrender.
Should people fail to turn themselves in, then a warrant will be filed on the system and they'll have to be arrested.
Now, there's been a lot of wild speculation about the booking process and the facility where Giuliani turned himself in today and where Trump will be turning himself in tomorrow. Over the weekend on MSNBC, a former Watergate prosecutor painted a ghastly portrait of the facility.
He will be turning himself in at the Fulton County Jail, not in a federal building, not in a clean, nice environment. It is, from what we hear from the press, a really dirty, dangerous, scary place. So it's going to be a very different picture. And I think the picture of him there, I think his experience of being in a real jail, I can tell you that some of the Watergate defendants, when they were put in the D.C. jail, really freaked out.
And that's what I want to understand, right? Is the experience really going to be that bad, or is it more of a kind of MSNBC fantasy? And I want to understand the facility, the whole process. Let's bring in Bill Crane, former Atlanta TV and radio chief political analyst. He previously served with the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, has been in touch with them today. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so take us through the process, for example, that Rudy Giuliani experienced today. Where did he go? How much time does he spend there, et cetera?
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office and Detention Center is in Wright Street in southwest Atlanta, not far from downtown. It is a facility that's in poor shape and has been since not long after it opened in the late 1980s. There are several consent decrees it's operating under with the federal government for security and overcrowding issues that have been in place for some time. Mr. Giuliani will not be behind bars incarcerated in the detention facility. Their attorneys worked out an entry through the Sally Port, which is the secure entrance at the rear of the facility. That street has been closed off to traffic for the better part of a week in anticipation of these indictments and turn-ins occurring before Friday, August 25th. Mr. Giuliani shows up with a car, with security, with attorney, goes inside the facility. Because they are self-turning in, there's not an arraignment process where they're going before a judge in handcuffs, in a jumpsuit, having charges read and entering a plea. They went straight to the sheriff's office. They enter, they're docketed, all of their possessions, wallets, keys, anything that could be used as even a pen as an implement or a weapon against a guard is taken. They are taken inside the jail itself. They are, as they say, thumb rolled. From the thumb, all the digits, usually on both hands, and then a photograph is taken, front, left, right, and back of head, and that is the process. Should take, on average, 30 to 40 minutes. And in Mr. Giuliani's case, he walked across the street immediately after to arrange for his bond. He owns no property in Georgia. We understand that President Trump and most of the others who are turning themselves in have already made bond arrangements in advance.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.